Tonight on 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, John Richardson, Johnny Vegas, David O'Doherty, Jamie Lang, Holly Walsh, Susie Dent, and Rachel Riley. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown, a show all about letters, numbers and conundrums. Did you know, for example, 6% of drivers deliberately swerve to kill animals? Now, that might sound terrible, but roadkill is how the people of Norfolk get their protein. 66% of couples that break up in January do so because of winter blues. My grandparents are no longer together, but blues. Well, I say the winter blues. Hypothermia took her. Don't worry, Grandad. You'll see her again soon unless I remember to pay your gas bill, which I won't, so you will. And 1 in 8 Americans have worked in McDonald's. That's an enormous figure, is how you describe Americans who've worked in a McDonald's. Right, let's get started. OK, let's meet tonight's players. First up, it's John Richardson. John is set to embark on a 43-date tour. There's been great interest in John's tour dates, mainly from John's wife's personal trainer.
They're all online, johnrichardsоncomedy.com. If he's interested, or anyone else.
And John's teammate, David O'Doherty. David's been touring around the country. Well, I say touring. He keeps on getting moved on. And up against them this evening, it's special guest team captain, Johnny Vegas. I'm not saying Johnny Vegas is a drinker, but he was recently asked to give blood by Wetherspoons. And joining Johnny tonight, it's Jamie Lang. Jamie Lang is a reality TV star with blonde hair and a fake tan. He's rich and he's always saying stupid things, so really, he should think about running for president. You seem to be wearing quite a similar outfit.
I thought I'd wear this because it's winter out there, so I thought I'd wear a summer shirt.
Oh, because you're an idiot.
Not everybody can afford to travel. So what he's allowing the viewers to do is travel through his life.
Yeah. Sure. And you've gone for a similar sort of...
Yeah, I've done it because, once again, I turned up with a branded T-shirt that your producers wouldn't let me wear. So the option was a 9-year-old shirt and give me an earring. Just to offset it, so I don't look like a total idiot. She actually said, just try it on, see how you feel. I got to there, and I started crying, Jimmy. Crying because my life hasn't quite gone to plan. So if you'd like me to button it up here...
Technically, are you buttoning that, or are you drawing the curtains?
But once I saw what you were wearing...
You felt
You know, we are Team Holiday.
I would wear I quite like that shirt. I would wear that shirt.
You are wearing that shirt.
Look at the length of the cuffs.
Is that the cuffs?
Honest to God, I could have 40 Bensons around there. Look at us on the screen. Look at this together.
It's like a budget Hawaii 5-0. It feels to me like Jamie is what the Tinder profile would look like, and you're what would turn up. Jamie, you went to an incredibly posh private school. You had thousands of pounds spent on your education, so you should be brilliant at Countdown, right?
Yep.
The thing is, when I was at school, I thought I was dyslexic, right? So I went and had a dyslexic test, and I passed it. And so I went back to my English teacher, and I said to him, well, I passed the test, so why am I bad at spelling? And he said, well, because you're stupid.
The very definition of passing a dyslexic test.
You can pass.
You don't pass it, they find out if you're not dyslexic.
No, you don't. You pass the dyslexic test. If you sit the test and you pass it.
Yeah, but you don't stand in front of the other kids going, woo!
Tell us something, Jamie, that we wouldn't know about you.
I know loads of interesting facts, loads of useless facts.
Tell us some interesting facts. We love interesting facts.
Well, apparently if you eat 12 bananas, you can die of potassium overdose.
You went to public school, didn't you?
That is true. Also...
Those weren't bananas.
Also... Do you know what? You can survive, or you can survive off Guinness and oranges for the rest of your life.
You're telling Johnny Vegas that, are you? Well, he's never had an orange.
I was going to say...
Although he sat with you, that's got to help. John, if there was going to be a film of your life, the John Richardson story, pitch me the film, what would happen?
Well, they've already done it, haven't they? Trainspotting. Probably not the one you're thinking of. There's a film actually about train spotting, but there's a character in it very like me, very wordy. I don't know who'd be in it. Do you want to do it? You can act, can't you? I've seen you on acting.
I could be you if life hadn't gone to plan.
OK. David, if you weren't a comedian, what would your job be?
I had aspirations, certainly, of being a very inspirational teacher. Do you know, Dead Poets Society, a lot of jumping up on tables, ripping out pages, that sort of thing. But my friend qualified as a primary school teacher recently, and the reality is much more mundane. He said there's two main things about teaching 4-year-olds that you're not aware of. One is, at some point in the day when no one's expecting it, they all just march towards the front of the classroom like this. What that one means is, teacher, can you help us with the bottom of our coats? It's morning break and you've forgotten, and we need assistance with the initial zip docking phase. That's job one. Job two is another point in the day when no one's expecting it. They form a line, and in this hand, they're all holding Froobs. Do you know that, like, it's a yogurt-filled tube? Initially, he thinks it's a gift. No, what that means is, teacher, you're the only one in this room in possession of a sharp scissors. Please begin the beheading of the Froobs. So I'm not sure it's going to happen then, James, really.
I don't think you've seen Dead Poets Society to the end either. It's not really sort of... it's not really a sort of inspirational teaching manual.
You're saying it's not inspirational because one kid kills himself?
Yeah.
Out of the whole class?
Yeah.
Who did drama?
Yeah.
I did drama as well.
Get away!
I did drama at school, and then I did drama at university.
You went to university?
I went to university. I got a 2-2 from Leeds University for theatre and performance.
Wow.
No, thanks, guys. There were 80 people in my year, and 79 of them were girls, and there was me, the one guy, and we had to do contemporary dance for our end of things, and I had to be the bulb in the flower that came up in contemporary dance.
Dude, could you be that bulb now?
I can't do the
Go on, I'll dance in the background. Go on, be the bulb.
You have to be the petal.
Hey, mate, this show can't run forever. We need to be looking for work after this.
You have to be the petal.
Yeah.
So you have to go...
I have to cover you.
You have to
without
cover...
smothering you.
Yeah.
But I encourage you.
Yeah.
And when the light is ready, open up and welcome the new dawn.
Yeah.
What? Fuck you.
This is what a 2-2 from Leeds gets you.
It's no good being behind a desk because people can't see the subtlety of it.
God, this looks ridiculous.
Well, you go there, huh? You hover there and I'll be the leaf.
Jamie, have you got a mascot this evening? Did you bring a mascot with you?
I did bring a mascot.
Oh, what have you got?
You've never got an art degree as well.
So my girlfriend did it for me. I came home and she did it for me.
Is your girlfriend 8?
OK, so this is my girlfriend here. I assume that's her. She's drawn it. So that's her there. That's me. She's missing a shoe for some reason. We don't have a dog, but she's drawn a dog. That's apparently our house. There's our snowman. I don't know if that's snow or that's stars. And there's a banana in the sky.
It's not that thick. The fact it's not sticking is frightening. Although it is stuck to the dog. The dog that you don't own that I suspect could be a town fox that has just confused her. You're obviously using a very high wattage bulb in your house. Can I have it?
You want it?
Yeah, I mean, she gave it to you, but I would
But you can have...
love to finish it off with...
If you put it up in your bedroom, you can have it.
Can I have it if I set fire to it?
Well, I will hang that in my house.
You promise?
Yeah.
OK. I feel bad now giving it to you. When am I going to come home without
I think you've had a result there, to be honest.
Johnny, have you got a mascot?
Yeah?
What did you bring?
My girlfriend made me this. I don't know why she put Jersey on the top, because it makes it look shop-bought. But it's lovely, because it's obviously two gentlemen having a drink, and I use this in the pub, and it's kind of a lovely reminder of every now and then when your friend looks at you in that way of going, you're talking bollocks.
You don't take it down the pub. You don't ask them to pour a pint in that.
Well, obviously, I get it in a glass and I go outside and I pour it in there. Come on, if this was Antiques Roadshow, you'd at least be going, that's either worth nothing or 50 grand.
Johnny's mascot, everyone. OK, David, have you got a mascot?
Yeah, I've got a mascot. I mean, I hate to have a criticism of Countdown because I've watched it since I was a tiny child, it's lacking a competitive money element to it. So what I asked the authorities for was...
The authorities?
£1 billion right here. So this is my mascot. And I just figure throughout the show it's going to make things a lot more interesting. You know, just generally. I'm going to be like, John, you don't look that impressed with this. How about now? Is it the best mascot you've ever seen?
Yeah, that's real money.
How much money do you have?
I asked for $1 billion, but I left it slightly ambiguous. So if a few go missing, do you know what I mean? Get yourself something pretty, son. You know what I mean? Just have a little bit of...
Do you want a lap dance or not?
Oh, my God.
I can make that happen for you.
John, stop!
Well, this is real money, so let's not waste it.
OK, John, have you got a mascot?
I don't wish to appear overconfident, Jimmy, but I think we might do all right this evening. And I think there'll be certain times I could better put to use the 30 seconds.
Go on.
And there's a number of world records that have been set in 30 seconds that I just think I could do easily.
Whoa.
So what... OK, so give me an example. What is one of the records?
Well, I'm a man who likes a chore. I don't agree with that word. I think pairing socks is something I would do at weekends. The world record for pairing socks in 30 seconds is 18 pairs.
Wow.
And I just think that's a piece of piss. You need to have some pomp and ceremony about these things, Jimmy, so I've prepared a world record-breaking arena.
Well, I mean, are you going to give it a go? I'll give you 30 seconds on the clock. A world record attempt.
So here we go. Toss them out onto the table. Oh, yeah.
OK, so you're trying to get to 19. We'll count them as they go in. Your 30 seconds. Are you ready?
John, if you pull this off, let's just say there's some sweet cash coming your way.
Here we go. Come on.
Your 30 seconds starts now.
That's a
That's two.
That's a pair
three.
of socks. Oh, that's
Four. No, 4. 5. 6. He's behind the pace. 6. 7.
Plenty of time, John! Plenty of time! Don't panic!
9. 9, and I'm not even sure what that applause was. That was a disgrace.
It turns out that's harder than it looks. But there are a number of other world records, and I'm certain that at some point this evening, one will fall.
OK, over in Dictionary Corner, it's Holly Walsh. Holly Walsh has just written the hit TV show Motherland. I've not seen Motherland, but if it's anything like the website, MILF Planet, I'd be into it. Now, you had a baby last year. How is it having a small child in the house?
I like it, which is a relief. I really struggled at the beginning of having a baby. I thought it was very difficult, and it got better, definitely. But I remember when I first had him, I was up and walking in the park near where I live, and I was just pushing him, and I had a really bad day, and I was pushing my baby, and I saw this little dachshund coming towards me, like a little dog dressed as a hot dog, just walking towards me. It was amazing. Someone had put him in a knitted hot dog. It was just the sweetest thing, and I genuinely, for a moment, went, that's what I wanted. But he's brilliant. I love him, and I do all these things that I said I'd never do. Like, I love photographing my baby, dressing him up in silly costumes, all of that kind of stuff. Not for Facebook, but because I can use it as blackmail when he's a teenager. So, you know, if he's horrible to me age 14, I'll be like, oh, I'm the arsehole. Well, I'm not the one who dresses a Nazi age 6 weeks old.
And with Holly, of course, it's Susie Dent. Susie has a new book out called Dent's Modern Tribes. I got the Kindle version, by which I mean I used it to light the fire. Susie, are there any interesting words that have double meanings?
So many words have double meanings, and most of them, as I discovered from Rachel, are pretty rude. So I always give the clean version on Countdown, if I have to give a definition, like noshing.
There's a clean definition.
You know, let's go and have a nosh.
I mean, I'm in the middle of the show, but maybe in the break.
And chub rub.
A chub rub, yeah, that sounds great.
This
Go on.
is-
What's the clean definition of chub rub?
It's sort of friction between your thighs when you're running, so runners use it.
Nick Hugh is even better, though.
Yes. Nick gets the teapot and the goodie bag mixed up and promises contestants he's going to give them a tea bag.
At his age, that would be quite a sight. OK. In charge of the numbers, it's Rachel Riley. Rachel Riley, an amazing mathematician, a brilliant TV presenter, and always dressed appropriately. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. You're very active on Twitter. What's the weirdest thing you've been tweeted?
Recently, I got a tweet from a Newcastle fan that said he was crying because his team lost, so could I send naked photos? I sent him a topless photo of Alan Shearer.
OK, the prize the teams will be competing for tonight is this, the Countdown First Aid Kit. OK, let's count down, everyone. Time for the first game. John and David, you get the first pick of the letters.
Consonant, please.
Thank you, boys. T.
And another one.
L.
And a vowel, please.
A.
And a vowel, please.
E.
And a consonant, please.
D.
And a vowel, please.
I.
Someone tell Jamie what the game is. Try and make a word out of it.
I guess I didn't realise what we're doing.
So all the letters come up and then you try and make a word out
I
of
was
the
just
letters.
writing the top things down. Okay,
Yeah,
got
no,
it.
that's good.
And
Okay.
you have to use them all, or it's no points.
Okay.
And 3 consonants to finish, please.
Holy
Is that... Yeah, we've said it now.
S. H.
And for the first time today, here's the countdown clock. John, how many letters?
A 7.
A 7. David?
8.
Johnny?
6.
6.
Oh, I didn't see the last letter. I got 6.
OK. Well, what's your 6?
Details.
Details is 7, isn't it?
7. I got 7.
I think you declared a 6, but we can give you that. I think it's your first time on the show. You're not entirely clear of the rules. What did you get, Johnny?
I got, ladies.
OK, John?
Stained.
David, you're 8. Drum roll, please.
I mean, the problem here, you know, I'm from Ireland, so it's different language.
Yeah.
You know, like virtually none of the words are the same. And so one of the big words, like if your loo is blocked, it's generally a lad shite. Can you check that, Susie, if you have the Oxford Irish Dictionary there?
Yeah. It's not there.
Is this refreshing your memory?
OK, 7 points for both teams. Holly, Susie, tell us, could they have done any better?
There was an 8, which
was an 8.
actually worked with my jumper. It's handiest.
Handiest?
Yeah.
Yes, you look as if you've been assaulted by Donald Trump.
No, he would have just grabbed my pussy.
OK, so at the end of that, both teams have 7 points. OK, on to our first numbers round. Johnny, Jamie, your turn to pick the numbers. So Jamie, you can either go two big ones for little ones, or you can go one big one for the rest small.
So it's words and numbers.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Really importantly, you don't have to use all the numbers.
Why is it called countdown if there's letters?
You have to spell out words with the numbers. So, like, a 3 is like an E backwards, and then an 8 is like a B, so... that's what you do.
Not to be overconfident, but since they don't even know what the game is...
What record are you going to try and break now?
It's the most peas eaten with a cocktail stick in 30 seconds.
Oh, how many is the record?
The current
As well as doing the song.
world record is 40.
How many peas have you got there?
41 and a cocktail stick.
So, what are you picking?
You know what? Does it matter? We run Miami.
Two big numbers and 4 small.
The little ones. We've got 2, 8, 4 and 10. And the target... 575.
OK, your time starts now. Come on, John. Come on, John. You got this. You got this. I knew you'd be good at something. Come on, John. Come on, John. Come on, you're halfway through. Halfway through. Come on, John. You've got this. You've got this. You've got 10 seconds. Slow and say, come on, you can do this. You've got to speed up now. You've got to speed up now. John, how many are left?
7 peas.
You did 34 peas.
The good news is I also got the numbers.
OK, so you got it. OK, David, did you get it?
Yeah.
Jamie, what did you get?
I got close. I didn't get it. I got close to it.
What did you get?
I got 564.
Well, you're just 11 away. Just no points for you.
If I've used the 10, can I use the 10 again?
No.
Damn.
Or you can't use any of the letters from the previous game either. Johnny, what did you get?
I got 572.
572. OK, just 3 away. So, John, did you really get it while you were eating peas?
Yeah. 10 plus 2 is 12.
Yep.
Times 50.
600.
Minus 25.
575. Lovely.
John Richardson, everyone. No good at eating peas, but he can do the maths. OK, so Johnny and Jamie have 7. John and David have 17. And here is your teaser. The words are giant log. The clue is I'm just showing off. That's giant log. I'm just showing off. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were giant log. The clue was I'm just showing off. It was, of course, gloating. So John and David are in the lead. They've been playing in teams so far, but this game is just for Johnny and John. So, Johnny, your turn to choose the letters. So Jamie, you don't have to play this one. You can just relax. I mean, you can play along for fun if you want.
If you want to have a go yourself and write it down really large. Obviously, don't show it to me, but just... I'll have 4 vowels, please.
U, O, A and E.
Another vowel, please.
O.
A consonant.
M.
Consonant.
P.
Consonant.
S.
Oh,
This last one's always difficult, isn't it?
I want my consonant, please.
OK, all right, and your time starts now.
Come on, John! Come on, John! Johnny Vegas! There's only one Johnny Vegas! He claims what he wants! He claims what he wants! That John Richardson! He claims what he wants! Johnny's got one! He's gonna slap John on the bum with a knick-knack! I don't want John on the bum! You don't know what you're spelling! You don't know what you're spelling!
John, what did you get?
The referee's a wanker! The referee's a wanker!
That is actually true.
John, what did you get?
Four.
Johnny, what did you get?
5.
Go on. John, what was your 4-letter word?
Well, it might have just been indigestion, but peas.
OK, Johnny.
Poser.
Poser.
Yeah.
In that shirt. OK, 5 points to Johnny Vegas. Holly, Susie, could they have done any better?
The big one is 7, amorous.
OK, so the scores at the end of that, Johnny and Jamie have 12, John and David have 17. Now it's time for David and Jamie to go head-to-head. David, your turn to pick the numbers.
We will have...
I'll stop you there. Since I'm not needed, I'm going to smash another world record. I've only
Right.
broken 2.
Have you, though?
The world record I'm going to break is the most toilet rolls stacked in 30 seconds.
Is it in one continuous pile, or...?
One big pile of bog rolls. Currently stands at 28. That's less than 1 a second. Surely I can break that, right, guys? Sure. Got my paper? Been stealing that for years, ready for this challenge. Got my ladder for working at altitude.
OK, so David, pick your numbers.
1 biggie smalls and 5 smally smalls.
Right, small
Okay.
smalls are 9, 4, 9, 5, and 10. And the biggie big, 75. And the target, 218.
OK, and your time starts now. OK, that's 2.
Go on,
3,
John.
4, 5, 6. Come on, John. 7, 8. Come on, come on, come on. Quick, quick, quick. 9, 10. You're going to have to do much faster, much, much faster. Quick.
Jesus, this is so hard!
John, do you want to talk us through what happened there? Because, I mean, disgraceful.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but I started stacking the toilet rolls and then they fell.
And how many did you get to? You got to...
I think about 27. It's hard to tell because I had to stop because I was getting a nosebleed.
David, did you get it?
Yes, I got 218, James.
Jamie, did you get it?
No. It's hard, that one. That was tricky. I got 205.
205. OK, so just no points. David, how did you do it?
I multiplied 4 by 5.
20
I multiplied that by 10.
for 200.
And then 9 plus 9 is
That's
18.
a good one. Well done, DOD.
10 points to David. OK, so Johnny and Jamie have 12. John and David have 27. Time now to go across to the corner. Holly Walsh, what have you got for us?
Well, as you know, I'm a big fan of words and numbers, which is why I love Venn diagrams. You remember what they are? 2 circles that intersect, and the crossover is the bit in the middle that links the two.
Love this.
Ready for this?
I'm ready. It's my favourite thing ever. Look at this.
OK. Things that speak louder than words. Actions. Brian Blessed.
I love it.
Good to do in driving test. Bad to do in Amsterdam. Stop at every red light. Things that are best served cold. Revenge. Pasta salad. Anton Deck. My boobs. Great double act. One is slightly bigger than the other. Things that are best served al dente. Pasta salad. Revenge. If it's a blowjob. People who were definitely bullied at school. Magicians. Things that are best served with a hint of fresh chili. Pasta salad. Revenge. If it's a hand job. Thinking man's crumpet. Crumpet man's thinker. Mary Berry. Humping. Roasted peanuts. Dry. Faulty windscreen wiper. Seal having an orgasm. Jimmy Carr's laugh.
And here is your teaser. The words are taste nip. The clue is there's probably a waiting list. That's taste nip. There's probably a waiting list. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were taste nip. The clue was there's probably a waiting list. It was, of course, patience. OK, before we get on with the show, John, would you like to have another go at breaking a world record?
Yes, I would, Jimmy. It's the world record for the most sweets thrown into a mouth in 30 seconds. And this is 15.
One every 2 seconds. This couldn't be easier.
I mean, I think it's doable on any day, but when one of the panel owns a company that makes sweets... Bingo.
Also, I can do this. This is my talent. I catch things in my mouth.
If you want to be the...
Like gonorrhea.
If you sat on the front row there...
I 100% will catch it.
If you sat on the front row there, I guarantee you I could throw a tea bag into your mouth for me.
Jamie, you're going to throw the sweets. You're going to catch them, OK? Assume the position, gentlemen. John, we don't really have a name for this area, but I think maybe Thunderdome would be appropriate for this sort of thing.
I would like to see him succeed more than anyone, but just remember, we've got other rounds coming up that involve observations, so if you want to throw him at his eyes really hard...
OK, so here we go. Your time starts now.
I'm diabetic.
You got 10 there. Jamie, do you want to have a go with John throwing?
Yeah, I reckon we got this.
Oh, I mean, you just didn't get it.
OK. Would this be allowed if there was two throwers operating out of the same thing? If we were both throwing it at him?
I think so, yeah. Go, David. Why not? This, I mean, for the spectacle of it.
Oh, my God, this is exciting.
OK.
Oh, God.
I mean, it couldn't matter more. Your 30 seconds starts now. They've only got a bloody
What a great day for jelly bean throwing across the world.
And they said I was no good at sport.
World record holder, Jamie Lang, everyone. OK, on with the game. John and David, your turn to choose the letters.
Who gives a shit now?
I have a real problem here trying to say what I want. I've eaten a lot of jelly beans.
Consonant, please.
Why?
Consonant, please.
R.
Vowel, please.
I.
Why are I?
Yeah. Go on, say it.
Jethro's gone all deep. What are I? A vowel, please.
A.
Consonant, please.
D.
Consonant, please.
F.
And a vowel, please.
E.
And a vowel, please.
U.
And a consonant, please.
And the last one, S.
OK, and your time starts now. Oh, shit, hang on. OK, I'll give it one go.
Okay.
OK, how many, David?
I've got a good 5. I mean, there's longer words, but I've got a really good 5.
A good 5, OK. John, how many?
7.
7. But is it a good 7? Because David's got a really
It's not
good
as good
5.
as his 5.
His 5 is amazing, OK.
I spelt mine wrong.
OK, Johnny?
I've got a very ropey 7.
OK, ropey 7. Jamie, what have you got?
6.
David, what was your 5?
Well, I was going for doofus, but then it was doofus, so we'll just go with fairs.
Fairs. Jamie, your 6?
I don't know if it's a word.
Oh.
But I've gone for D-rays.
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 Are you spelling it with 2 E's then?
No, with 1 E.
Oh, that kind of D-race, gotcha.
That kind
That kind of
one.
D-rays.
Yeah. No.
John, your 7?
Oh, we're in trouble now.
Yardies.
No, it's a Jamaican gang, yeah,
Is
Yardies.
it? Yeah.
You can't have Yardies, I'm afraid. It's got a capital letter.
Tickle my tits.
Yeah.
OK, what's your risky 7, Johnny?
Friday. F-R-A-I.
Oh, the day after Thursday.
As in Fraidy Cat.
Should be there.
What
Reedy.
does fraidy cats mean?
Fraidy cat's like scaredy cat.
Fraidy Cat, scaredy cat, sitting on the cat mat. No, looking back. You never do that. You not my mum, your dad. No. My cousin's in the army, he's got a gun.
OK, 5 points to David for fairs. Holly, Susie, I'm guessing they could have done much better. What could they have
not
had?
that much better.
How much better?
There was a 6. Raised.
OK, the scores at the moment, Johnny and Jamie have 12, John and David have 32. OK, time to go across the literary corner once again. Holly, what have you got for us?
I have a true story. It happened to me a couple of months ago. Late one night, I received a text message from somebody who clearly had got the wrong number. It was about 11:30, and I was sent this. Picture of a man's genitals, and the text message said, Lisa, this is what you're missing out on, Jay. I don't know what you do in this situation. I have no ideas. So I thought about it, and the next day, I decided to reply. I wrote back, Dear Jay, thank you so much for sending me a picture of your penis last night. You shouldn't have. I've made a few notes. First up, it's you are, not your. It's just a little thing, but then judging by your pic, you're used to that. Secondly, I've recreated your penis out of pork products to illustrate my points. Sending an unsolicited picture of your cock to a stranger can come across as a bit sexually aggressive, so why not take the edge off by adding eyes? Also, you could make it look even more impressive by adding a bookshelf behind it, so that it looks like your penis has recently graduated. At which point, Jay wrote back, WTF, Lisa, this is really fucking weird. And I wrote back, which brings me to my final point. My darling Jay, before you send your cock to a woman you barely know, maybe check she hasn't deliberately given you the wrong number. And he wrote back, shit. Please don't show this to anyone. And I replied, I can't promise that. P.S. My cat ate your balls.
Johnny Walsh, everyone. And here is your final teaser. The words are bum night. The clue is stick it right up. That's bum night, stick it right up. See you after the break. To the teaser. The words were bum night, the clue was stick it right up. It was, of course, thumbing. OK, time for our final letters game. Johnny and Jamie, your turn to choose the letters.
Right, can we go for a consonant?
Yes. L.
Another consonant.
L.
A vowel.
Hope you know some Welsh words.
Another vowel.
A.
Oh. A consonant.
R.
Another consonant.
W.
Oh, a vowel.
I.
A consonant.
G.
Wow, that got us out of jail.
Another vowel.
Oi, we're all right, mate, now. Pick whatever you want.
And an O.
OK, and your time starts now.
I'm looking at a sweet 3. I'll do it later, but don't get rid of that. David, how many?
Well, look, there's a 6-letter word in the middle just sitting there on its own. It's like it came out of the jar, fully made.
Where?
Earwig.
Oh.
Right in the middle.
I didn't see that one.
OK, what did you get?
I got Grail.
Johnny, how many did you get? Who's got a big head?
That's why she's so brainy.
Of course, I've got what everybody else has written down and got.
What have you got?
Earwig.
You got earwig. OK, John, did you do any better than earwig?
No. Earwig's not going to be...
Trowel.
Trowel. How are you spelling that?
Without a T.
Oh. What happened is I put down the I and I thought it was a T that I'd underlined.
OK, so both teams get 6 points. Holly, Susie, surely there was a bigger word in that dictionary.
Number 7, Allegro.
Allegro.
I got really drunk and wandered onto It's a Knockout.
OK, so Johnny and Jamie have 18, John and David have 38. OK, fingers on buzzers, it's time for today's Countdown Conundrum. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Yeah, once you know it. What word is that?
Jamie.
Golly wing.
All right, close but no cigar. Let's restart the clock.
Is it golly wing?
OK, let's have a look. Glowingly. OK, so the final scores are Johnny and Jamie have 18 points, but tonight's winners with 38 points, John and David. Congratulations, you're now the proud owners of this, the Countdown First Aid Kit. Thanks to all of our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.
It's a World War II recovery mission. George Clooney and an all-star cast are on the case. The Monuments Men tomorrow night at 9. Next night, though, we're live with the Last Leg Lads and a former doctor. It's David Tennant.